Go Cowboys! What's up, everybody? Wait here for a second, guys, as we give you a tiny little bit of breaking news, all right, for today. Just a couple of quick updates, all right, guys. Let's go with our offensive line and the injuries on that offensive line. La'el Collins, guys, he has not practiced all 3 days so far. So that's definitely far from a good sign. With La'el Collins being out of practice 3 straight days, it means that probably not going to play. But I am hearing that there's still a chance that he can get in there and get to play on Thursday night against the Redskins. So there's a little hope alive still for La'el Collins, our right tackle. But again, once again, guys, we have another missing piece to our offensive line, which it looks like it's a probability that La'el Collins won't be there. Just letting you know, in case he's not there, you got Byron Bell who's going to probably start at the right tackle spot. Can't say I'm very happy about that, but what can we do? Chaz Green has been splitting time, has been splitting reps with Byron Bell for that right tackle spot with La'el Collins out. So we'll see what happens, guys. There's still a slight chance he can play, though. La'el Collins is not ruled out for the game yet, but he's not practicing his 3rd straight practice, guys, and it doesn't look good. On other news, guys, our right guard right next to him, Zack Martin, 2nd straight day he's practicing. He's looking good. That's great news. So it's a good sign that he's going to be playing against the Redskins. Tyron Smith, again, limited, full, whatever. He's going to play against the Redskins. That's another piece of good news. So we have all our offensive line in place, but now we're missing right tackle La'el Collins. Hopefully he can play, but because of his back issue, if he cannot play, you got Byron Bell starting, guys. A couple little injury side notes here. Of course, Anthony Hitchens, first time back in practice today. So that's good news for Hitchens to play our linebacker. We need him out there, especially with the fact that Sean Lee, he's out. Of course, we already know he's really ruled out. He might be out next week, too. We don't know. It's a 10-day break in between. But right now, Sean Lee's out. But Hitchens is looking good. He's back at practice today. First time all week he's practiced. So that's good news that you're going to see him out in the field. Same thing with Zack Martin, 2nd straight day in practice. Same thing with Tyron Smith. So everyone's good, except for Sean Lee, who's out on offense. And now we're missing another piece of our offensive line. For now, there's a slight chance he plays, right tackle La'el Collins. Now, guys, yes, they did move the games. The Cowboy game, the Cowboy Giant game was moved from I think from a late game or a primetime game at 4 o'clock to a 1 o'clock game. What do you expect, guys? Cowboys usually have the big ratings, but when you're playing this bad, nobody really wants to see. They would rather see Seattle and Jacksonville, which are 2 teams that are obviously playing better. And then the next week after that, guys, I'm pretty sure they moved the Oakland game from a night game, and they moved it to a 4 o'clock game. So what are you going to do, guys? Oakland and the Cowboys. You couldn't ask for more when it comes to ratings. Both teams are sucking this year for different reasons, but, we have the injury issues and the Zeke issue. They have a lot more issues, in my opinion. But as of right now, we know what we're dealing with here. 1.6% chance, guys. 1.6% chance we make the playoffs. So let's get off of that dream. 18,000 things have to happen for us to have a chance to get into the playoffs. Plus, we have to win all our 5 games. With the way things are going, and La'el Collins might be missing this game as well. Don't look for many wins and us to even come close. Not even come close to making the playoffs, guys. Remember, this game against the Redskins, this is basically an elimination game. The team that loses is out of having a chance at the playoffs. Right now, we're at 1.6% chance, guys. Just letting you know. Next week, it might go up if we win. Depends what the other teams do. Awuzie is back at practice. Everybody's at practice except for, like I said, guys, Sean Lee's out. And even though some other players like Tyron Smith, Zack Martin, Anthony Hitchens, they're all limited. But La'el Collins is the only one that did not practice. And he's the big question mark this week. We know Sean Lee's out, but La'el Collins is the big question mark. And if he doesn't play, Byron Bell plays. Chaz Green has also split snaps. But it looks like Byron Bell has the leg up on him, no pun intended, on Chaz Green. So I did want to say one last thing, guys. Jerry Jones about the holding calls that have been non-existent against our opponents for the last 8 weeks, for the last 33 quarters. He said there's no conspiracy. Look, I believe there's no conspiracy, but I just say something shady about that with the holding calls. If you look at, I'm going to upload some video onto the Twitter account, so make sure you guys get on that and follow us there, My Cowboys Family on Twitter. But there's a video that shows in the last 3 games, not 8, the last 3 games, about 20 holding calls that were not called. Some were touchy, you could have let it go. Some are obvious holding calls. 8 weeks in a row, nobody's been called against us. No holding call has been called on the opposing team against, holding on our defensive players. Not once in 8 games, in 33 quarters. Jerry Jones says no conspiracy. Maybe now that he dropped his lawsuit, maybe things will get better. Maybe he says, maybe he's thinking, I'll shut up, and maybe they'll stop throwing, maybe they'll start calling it fairer in these games. Give us a fighting chance. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't buy into the conspiracy thing. I'm just letting you know what Jerry Jones said. On the flip side of that, his son, Stephen Jones, said that the offense has not imposed their will when it comes to the running game. That's their strength. And it's not just because of Zeke. Just keep that in mind, guys. This has been from the beginning of the season. Who has been saying this the whole year, guys? Imposing our will on the running game. We have here. A lot of other Cowboy YouTubers have said it too. We have to impose our will in the running game, or you can say, forget about it. It's going to make our ability to win a lot more difficult. So if we start mixing up the run and pass in some cute way and never establish the run, even if it's 3-0 at halftime, we're down, or we're up 9-7 at halftime, in the end, we're going to lose because we never imposed our will when it comes to running the ball, controlling the clock, eating up the time and gaining yardage, and that helps our defense, guys. That helps our passing game. Been saying this all year. This is the way our team is built. Jason Garrett built it, and then he decides to go away from the way he built it. Insane, guys. That's why we need Garrett out, Linehan out, Marinelli out. That's my opinion, guys. I know we can't fire Jerry Jones. If we could, I'd say get him out first and foremost. But until then, we got to live with it, guys. Maybe we'll get a coach sooner than later. But unless we have a disastrous season again next year, that's the only way you're going to see even a chance of Garrett being fired. Jerry Jones, red-headed demon puppet. So, guys, been on here 7 minutes. I just want to throw some information out to you guys. Thank you all for joining me here on a quick midday, update. We'll go through more of this with my fiance tonight with our discussion stream. Might have a news stream as well. Might mix them together. Either way, guys, come back. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when we're going to go live. Make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already, guys. We're trying to grow. We're about 95 subs away from 1,000, so that's awesome. And, of course, speaking of this, hit that thumbs up, that like button for the stream. Helps us out. And, again, guys, we're just trying to bring you the updates for the day as fast as possible, but as concise and as up-to-date and real as possible. So, guys, everybody out there, Jared Jablonski, Barry B, Thomas Garcia, all you guys, thank you all for helping out and jumping in the site, throwing your comments. Much love. Hit that like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and never forget, as always, guys, as always, go Cowboys! Forever.